I want you to breathe me. Let me be your end.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a very exciting video. It's a beauty talk video. I haven't done one of those in a while. I usually do my best beauty discoveries, which is great. It's where I share with you the best products that I've discovered for the year. But I felt like over the last year or so, or the past 6 months, I've discovered some really amazing products that literally changed my life in a way. I know I'm being a little bit dramatic with life-changing. You guys get the point, you know, when you try a product and then it just changes everything for you, you really get so excited to talk to your friends about it. So this is what these products are for me, which is why I'm so excited to be sharing them with you. And hopefully you can find a new product what I'm sharing if you were looking on the market for anything like that. I really love these videos where I learn about what's life-changing or what's the holy grail products for some other people. I'm hoping that maybe I'll find something that works for me as well. Also, I would love to know which products have changed your life this year or over the last year. Or your holy grails. Do share one or two with me. I would love to know, and perhaps I will check it out and let you guys know. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Do give this video a like if you liked it. Share it. It helps me greatly if you do that, so I really appreciate the support. Yeah, let's jump into this video, but before we do that, I want to share with you what I'm wearing. My headband is from Belfix. They just launched their new cocktail collection. This is from the Rose collection. It's my favorite, of course, because it has pearls. You guys know I am obsessed with anything pearls. And I am channeling my inner Blair Waldorf, which is my favorite character from Gossip Girl. I am loving this headband. All the headbands are so pretty. And my earrings are from Subby's collection. My sister-in-law, she started her shop, so I ordered a few things. This earrings is one of them. It's, you know, Chanel inspired and stuff, but it's really pretty. I really like it. Do check her website out. I will leave the link below if you ladies want to check and get something from her shop. I'm sure she would really appreciate it. So thank you for the support. I also got these other ones from her. I cannot wait to wear these. They are so stunning. Usually I am a stud kind of girl. I am super simple, but lately I've just been experimenting a lot with my accessories because I've seen how much it can change your look. Number one product for my holy grails or life-changing product, like this product literally changed my life, because I remember before I used to always be so jealous of girls that can wear eyeshadows, because I could never wear eyeshadows because I have the oiliest eyelids. Like literally within an hour or two, my eyeshadow would just look so, it would just smudge, it would look messy. Half of it or 90% of it would be gone. It's just look greasy, a total mess. So one time, I think I was headed to like a date, and sometimes I go to Sephora to like check off my makeup if I don't have time to go home. So I started talking to one of the sales associates, and I was telling him how I have oiliest eyelids, like nothing's worked for me. I've tried all the eyeshadow primers, I think, under the sun, and nothing's worked so far. And he told me, well, I do have something for you to try. And I was very skeptical. I was like, no, it's probably not gonna do anything. And then he said, yes, try this. You know what, if you don't like it, if it doesn't work, you can always return it. Like, it's not a big deal. It's the Smashbox 24-hour photo finish shadow primer. So I was, like I said, I was very skeptical, but I bought it anyways. I said to myself, you know what's the worst that can happen? I try it, it doesn't work, then I return it. I thought that was going to happen. I thought I was just gonna go home, try it, it doesn't work, and then I go back to change it. To my surprise, my eyeshadow stayed on all day with this. Just like it says 24 hours, it's, yeah, it lasts, I would say, a good 12 hours. I mean, I've never stretched it to 24 hours, so I don't know. Typically I would wear my eyeshadows from 7 o'clock in the morning, and I will take off my makeup at like 11 or even midnight, and my eyeshadow will still be there. And honestly, I've fallen back in love with wearing eyeshadows, and since quarantine I've been using eyeshadows every day anyways, because you kind of have to play up your eye. since you know half of your face is covered because you have to wear a mask. And I've definitely fallen back in love with wearing eyeshadows. I would say if you have crazy oily eyelids where eyeshadows never stays on your eyes, I would highly recommend this product. Definitely one of the best eyeshadow primers out there, and I've had this for almost a year now, and I always use it. It's amazing. It's fantastic. I highly recommend that. So like I said, if you have problems where half of your eyeshadow goes missing after 5 hours or throughout the day, just give this a try. It will change your life. The second product that's changed my life is vitamin C. So over the years, from using toners that stripped my skin from all the natural oils, my skin became so dry, like started breaking out and so dull. And I don't know where I've heard about vitamin C. I think over a year ago I bought the Ole Henry Skin, was like the first one that I tried, and literally within 2 minutes of me applying the vitamin C on my face, I could see the dullness goes away, and all of a sudden my face became so bright, like so alive. I could not believe my face when I applied the vitamin C serum, and all of a sudden my face changed completely. I started glowing, and after a week of using it every day, it's just like I could never go back. And vitamin C, it's one of the staples in my skincare routine. I cannot live without vitamin C. I just love vitamin C so much. Like, it has to be part of my skincare routine, and if you have not tried vitamin C, you are missing out. I highly recommend the Ole Henry Skin to start. If you want to start with that, that was the product that I used that first changed my skin completely. I was like, I have to wear vitamin C every day. But right now, vitamin C that I am using, it's the Bonjour. This is a vitamin C moisturizer. It's called Vit C Face Souffle. This brighten and renew. It does what it says, and it smells amazing. So good, and the texture is really nice. It doesn't leave residue, and once you apply it, you can kind of see the glow from your face. And I also love the pads. I've just been obsessed with like cleansing pads these days, so I use this every time I wash my face, which is about 2 or 3 times a day if I take a shower 3 times a day. So I use this in the morning, and I use it at night, and sometimes in the middle of the day if I take like a third shower, and so on. So I'm just obsessed with this vitamin C cleansing pads, and this has 50 pads, so this will last you quite a long time. But I feel like the Pixie vitamin C serum, which I've run out of, needs to have its own number in this video, because as much as all the other vitamin C's keep my face looking bright and nice, glowy, if you if you have dark spots, I mean, if you have dark skin, hyperpigmentation is one of the problems that we suffer with when it comes to dark spots and stuff. So the Pixie range, I feel it's the only vitamin C, I would say, when you use both the toner and the serum together. I don't know, for some reason the serum is like so concentrated. It's really good. So if you have dark spots, I feel like it's one of the vitamin C's that makes your dark spots goes away like within a week of you using it every day. So like I said, if you don't have problem with dark spots, you can use all the other vitamin C's, and even if you do, you can use them too. Like the Bonjour, I absolutely love this. I would buy this product again. But whenever I find myself suffer with dark spots, if I had like a breakout, because I've had breakout because of my mask knee is real. So but one thing that I find that makes them goes away really fast, it's the Pixie vitamin C. The other one works as well, but I feel like it takes about a month for them to go away. But with the Pixie, it's just the results are like immediate, like within a week of you using the serum and the toner, your dark spots will just fade away. I absolutely love this. So if you have dark spots, definitely get the toner. Actually, just get the whole vitamin C range from Pixi. When I use the whole range together, like the cleanser, the moisturizer, toner, and the serum, which I'll put a picture on the side so you can see what it looks like I said, I ran out, so I don't have the serum, which I have to run to Target or Duane Reade to get a new one, because I've got some spots that I need to fade away. Whenever you use that, your dark spots will go away really fast. So this product literally changed my life, and it's so funny, I'm on their PR list. They sent me that product. It was sitting on my closet. I keep all my new products, you know, to try in the future for like 2 or 3 months. I've never used it until one day I thought, you know what, let me get this a try. Within a couple of days or a week, my dark spots just like started fading so fast. I was like, OMG, this vitamin C range is revolutionary. I think I've also shared it in all my videos where I talk about products, especially on Instagram stories. If you want to see what I'm up to on a daily basis, just make sure to follow me on Instagram and watch my stories. I usually show you my skincare routine, which I don't really have the time to do on here, but I will quite soon. If you ladies would love to see that, do let me know. But again, if you have dark spots, or even if you have dull skin, or even if your skin is normal, be sure to incorporate vitamin C in your skincare routine, in your beauty routine. You will not regret it. It will change your face. Please try it. The third product is the Caudalie with Virtual. I've always suffered from dark circles because my allergies are really bad, and also I think they're like hereditary. It runs in the family. My mom's got them, but I think because I'm literally allergic to everything, like dust mites, dogs, cats, like everything. Over the years, from rubbing my eyes so badly and all the allergies and all that stuff, so that kind of like gave me really bad like dark circles. And for years I've tried a lot of products, it never did anything. And I think one of you here on YouTube recommended that I try the Caudalie with Virtual. I bought it. It's spenny, but it's worth like every penny. I bought this and I committed myself to using it every day. That's the thing, consistency is really the name of the game. Like if you want to see results, you have to do something consistently. And I've used it consistently for an entire month, but I would say within 2 weeks I had already started seeing the difference. Like all of a sudden the circles started getting lighter. It was the thing that literally got rid of the dark circles. I highly recommend this product. Every time anyone asks, I always recommend this. I don't know what's in this stuff, but it does work. You just have to make sure you are consistent with it and you will see the results. I absolutely love this. But I do have some 2 other eye cream that I love that gets the job done as well. Not as well as getting rid of the dark circles, but this will brighten your eyes. So the Vitsy Eye Souffle by Bonjour does that as well. It works really nicely. I really love this. And Pharmacy have the Cheer Up. It's a brightening vitamin C eye cream with Asola Cherry, which is why it has the cherry hair. This stuff really works out. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of this. I'm very consistent now with my eye cream because, you know, I'm getting up there. You have to make sure you use your eye cream, which is one thing that I feel like I should have incorporated in my skincare routine in my early 20s, was like an eye cream. I didn't think I needed it, but if you are in your early 20s, I would say do incorporate a really good eye cream, because it's really good for prevention. You don't want to wait until you get there to start fighting it. So prevention is key. So start early. That's one of my recommendations. Start now. Number 4, it's the Veil Primer by Hourglass. This primer, Sephora definitely got me. I ordered something and I picked this as the sample because I wanted to try it, because I think everyone was talking about it. so I wanted to see what it's about. So within the first hour of just me using it, I was already on the website ordering the full bottle. That's how good this primer is. It definitely changed my makeup for the better. And one thing that I needed to do, because I used to go to events a lot and I would take photos, and when I would look at the photos, I would be the only one looking greasy. My makeup wasn't looking matte. And for someone who used to always think face primers were just like an addition, like an extra product that you didn't need, I was so wrong. This primer changed my makeup for the better. Now I can count on something to really keep my makeup looking really fresh and nice all day, where I am not a complete greasy mess. I do see the need to have a foundation primer, and this one is definitely my holy grail. It works, it does what it says. It doesn't really leave like a white cast on your face or anything like that, and it does have SPF 15. I still wear my SPF. Honestly, these days I think that's the only thing that makes my face a little bit greasy. Like if I go a day without using SPF and I just use this, my makeup looks like a lot more matte. I've just been very religious about using my SPF on a daily basis, which is something that I started doing this year. This year I've been really consistent about using SPF. Like I said, SPF is the only thing that can give me a little bit of a greasiness, but when I wear this on its own, and my makeup looks just flawless all day. I highly recommend this. And if you are someone who suffers from large pores, another one that I love, this primer is so good. It's from Dr. Brandt. It's called Pores No More. It's the Pore Refiner Primer. And this stuff is amazing. As soon as you put it on your skin, like, you can look at your pores and then it's like they disappear automatically. So I highly recommend this. This is a really good primer. Like I said, if you have pore issues, I don't really have a problem with pores. The only time I see them, it's when I feel like I drink a lot of alcohol or dehydrated. Otherwise I don't really have problem with pores. But if you do, I highly recommend this one. But on an everyday basis, I use the holy grail. I use the Veil primer. It's my holy grail, but I highly recommend these two. These two are like my two favorite ones. Number 5, it's a little secret. It's the Caudalie Thé Divine Body Oil mix with Sleepy. You don't have to use the same exact lotion, but this, I highly recommend this. This gives you the best body glow. Like, I didn't know how much I needed a body oil in my life, and what I love about this, it already smells so good, so you don't even have to wear perfume. And when you wear these two together, it's so funny. I've used so many other body lotion and I always go back to Sleepy. Sleepy is my favorite body lotion ever. Don't be fooled by the name. Don't think it's just to go to bed. This had lavender. It says drift off into slumber with sweet lavender scented skin. I guess this is meant for you to use before bed. I don't ever use this before bed because I don't like having product on my skin before I go to bed, except for my face obviously. But when it comes to my body, I don't like to have anything on my skin. I don't think it's necessary. This I use on an everyday basis, and I mix it with this. Again, when you mix these two together, it just gives you the best glow. Whenever I take photos, I forget to wear this. I can see my skin look a lot more dull in the photos, which is why I always try to remember, because I've just been using this a little bit sparingly because I don't want to run out. When I have to shoot photos for my blog, I absolutely need this because it gives me the best glow. It's so funny. In my Paris photo, when I discovered this in Paris, and in my Paris photos, everyone was like, oh my god, your legs, the glow. Whenever I wear this and then I go outside, it's just like everyone is just looking at my skin, like, because you can see the glow. Like, you just be glistening. Your legs will just look so good, especially if you like to wear high heels. I highly recommend this. This you don't have to only get in Paris these days. Now it's available in the US. I will leave a link below if you want to get it. Highly recommend this lotion. This is one of the best lotion out there because not only it smells really good, like I said, when you mix these two together, it's like you don't even need to wear perfume because you already smell so good. You already have such a great base. But yeah, this is my favorite lotion. This lotion literally changed my skin. I cannot go without this. I have like 2 backup. It's so funny, Lush was closed in New York City for so long. I had to go all the way to Jersey to get this lotion. That's how much I love this stuff because I ordered it from their website. It got mixed up with FedEx. It took like 3 months to get to me. Finally got delivered the other day, and I ordered it since like June or May. So yeah, I had to go all the way to Jersey for this, and it was worth it. I love this lotion, and I swear by it. It's my favorite. Definitely changed my skin. Now I'm just glowing. Another body oil that I really love, it's the Maison Francis Baccarat Rouge scented oil. This stuff is amazing. So this perfume is quite spinny. If you don't have the money to spend on the perfume, you still love the smell. This is the perfume that will bring all the boys to the yard. Like when you wear this, you can forget about it. Everyone will be literally like walking after you and asking you, what are you wearing? Is this perfume. This perfume is just like would make any man go crazy over you. Like they want to spend time with you. They're gonna miss your, I know I don't want to give you my little secret, but this perfume is that. So if you don't have the money to spend on the perfume, you can get the body oil. It does the same thing. Obviously you won't be able to spray it on your clothes really, but the best thing is you putting it on your skin, which is even better. So that means the scent kind of like lingers. This stuff is absolutely amazing. So I have both the perfume and the body oil. I do 2 together, especially, you know, if I'm going out, you know, on dates and stuff like that. I like to wear the body oil also because it makes the perfume last longer, because you're already starting with this as your base because it stays on your skin. It smells divine. Number 6, it's the Chanel foundation Ultra Lutin, and my shade for this one is BD 101. So I would never thought that I would utter those words, that Chanel. If someone was to ask me what's my favorite brand for foundation, I never thought Chanel would be part of that list, because when you think about Chanel, which is the luxury brand for a handbag, and you think beauty makeup is not really the strong point, and that's what I found for most of the luxury brands out there. Leave that for those makeup brands that create amazing products like foundation, like NARS. But I never ever thought that I would be saying that the Chanel makes my favorite foundation. I decided to try this foundation on a whim, and a year later I'm still obsessed with it. I think this is my 3rd bottle already, and this gives me the best glow. I always get so many compliments on my skin when I wear this foundation. I love this foundation. It's really so good to my skin, and it gives me really good coverage. It's a medium to full coverage, which is something that I started doing. I started wearing full coverage foundation because before I thought about, oh, I want my makeup to look so natural and stuff like that, and I would wear a light foundation, and then I always end up looking messy in photos or by the end of the day. So I kind of learned my lesson. It's just like, go full or go home. I've introduced full coverage foundation back into my life, and that's it for me. If I'm not wearing makeup, I'm not gonna wear makeup. If I'm going to wear makeup, I want my face to look like flawless, that I'm wearing makeup. And today I am wearing the Dior foundation. It's the Forever Skin Glow, and my skin definitely have a glow. It looks good, but I prefer when I wear the Chanel. I mean, it would have been nice for me to wear the Chanel today, but I didn't think of that. But I really like this one too. But since these days I don't really for glow, unless in the winter time, it's good to have a glow because obviously your skin is more dry. And another full coverage foundation that I absolutely love, I recently discovered this because Deb stayed over. We were going somewhere and I saw her using this, and her makeup stayed on the entire day. She was using the Kat Von D Lock It foundation. It says 24-hour wear, full coverage, and I'm like, yeah, full coverage, give it to me. So currently these two foundations are my favorite one. The only thing about this is when I wear my mask, it comes off on my nose, but when I wear this, it really doesn't, it's not as bad. Number 7, it's the Dior, I know, from Chanel to Dior now. It's the Dior Wild Earth eyeshadow quad. Again, I never thought I would be talking about Dior having my favorite eyeshadows, but this quad, it's the most flattering eyeshadow that I found for my skin tone. It's to the point where before, nobody really cared about my eye makeup before. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Nobody cared about my eye makeup until I started wearing this, and myself, I can see the difference. It's so easy to use. It literally takes me less than 2 minutes to do my eyeshadow. That's how fast and easy this quad is. I love it so much. I dropped it twice, so it's kind of like broken, which is why I'm very kind of like careful with this. But these are the colors for the quads, and my two favorite ones are this one and this over there. They don't really have a name for each, so you just use the quad, and I use all of them except for that lighter one over here. This one never gets used, but these like 4 together, they give me the best. I'm wearing it today. I don't know if it shows up really well on camera, but this one today I try to keep it super neutral, where I went with the mixture that just make it look like I'm not wearing anything at all. But again, I used to use MAC eyeshadows before, and they always looked so ashy on me for some reason. I don't know what the texture. Most eyeshadow palettes, it just looks so ashy on me because I kind of love like golden colors, but for some reason the golds don't really look good with my skin tone. This is the first time that I found a palette that just works so well. It's like the perfect size also for traveling. Everything you need is in this palette, so I've just been enjoying wearing eyeshadows every time I do my makeup now. And also, it's quarantine, you kind of have to play up your eyes because half your face is covered anyways, so I've just been wearing eyeshadows every day. And like I said, this is the first time everyone ever noticed me wearing eyeshadow before. Number 8 is Laura Mercier Translucent Honey Setting Powder. This shade just got released, I believe, well, this month, a couple of weeks ago. I attended the virtual launch for this, and I am just obsessed. So I was using their regular translucent powder, which is perfect for me in the winter time. But if you have darker skin tone than myself, that translucent powder can use a little bit too light for you. But for some reason, honey just hit the spot when it comes to medium and dark skin tone for setting powder. This stuff is amazing. This shade, I love it because it has more of a yellow peachy tone to it, which makes it really universal to most skin tones, especially our skin tone. I am obsessed with this new shade. If you have not tried honey, please be sure to try it. And what I love about this, the shade is actually good enough for me to use all over my face. So especially if I come back in the middle of the day, if my makeup is looking a little bit too glowy, what I like to do is to take a brush and apply a little bit of it swiftly all over my face, and it doesn't look crazy. It just sets your makeup really nicely. I am obsessed. And one thing I was finding with other setting powders, after I use them under my eyes, they would set into my lines. They would actually put more emphasis under my eyes. But since I've been using this, I don't have that problem anymore, which I love because I hate when things settles into my line, because that's the whole point of you wearing a powder or setting your makeup, so it just looks flawless. And for that to be settling into your lines under your eyes, it just makes your makeup, I don't know, it doesn't look as flawless as it should be. But the Laura Mercier translucent powder in honey, or any of the translucent powder shade, really just work really well. Number 9 is tea tree oil, the Body Shop tea tree oil. This stuff is amazing. I don't remember where I found this. I think it was at Manuel's house. I stayed once, and then she had this, and then I had a little pimple, so I took a Q-tip and dabbed over it, and I woke up the next day, it was almost gone. And since then I've always made sure that I have this in the bathroom cabinet for the pimples. This stuff is so amazing. When it comes to the tea tree oil itself, I always make sure I have one of these at home, especially for the times where it's that time of the month the pimples are. I usually get 1 or 2 around my chin or cheek area, and once I use this, they go away really fast. I swear by this little tea tree oil thing. It works like a charm. So make sure you always have one in your bathroom cabinet, so when those little stubborn pimples comes in, don't pop them. Just dab some cotton pads or a Q-tip over it, just let it sit, and then the size will decrease automatically, I think like overnight. So I highly recommend. Number 10 is the Rosebud Salves or Smith. This is the best lip balm that I've I think ever used, and I've been using this for the past 7 years. Early on in my YouTube journey, if you go back to my old videos, you will see that I've been using this since then. This stuff is amazing. I swear by this. This is like the only lip balm that I find. The other one, what I don't like about them, they feel sticky and they leave this heavy residue on your lip. This one does not do that. This is the best Rosebud Salves that I found. It just goes in your lips, it keeps them moisturized, but at the same time there's no stickiness, there's no heavy residue, and it smells and tastes really nicely. So I would recommend you get this one if you're looking for something that's more moisturizing. I have about 10 of these. I leave them everywhere because I don't ever run out of those lip balms. So I make sure like every bag there's one of this by my bed table, in the bathroom, at work, at my desk. Everywhere I have one of these because I don't ever want to be without them. And this one, this is a strawberry flavor. I love this one for going at night, especially at night, you know, you fresh off your skincare routine and you add a little bit of this, especially if you sleep with your significant other and you probably kiss before bed. They would enjoy kissing you with this. This smells divine. It smells just like strawberries, just like the name. I always want to eat this every time I put it on my lips. So I have this by my bedside table because it just makes your lips smells really good. And like I said, it's not, this one is not as moisturizing as the original, so I would recommend the original for every day. And this is more kind of like a fun if you're staying home and going to bed. Like I said, I use this for me to go to bed, but it's really up to you and to your liking. But this lip balm definitely changed my life. It changed my lips. Always keep my lips like super moisturized, and I don't have to reapply 10 times a day. Oh my god, I used to get so upset when I had to reapply a lip balm like every half an hour. This lasts a really long time before you have to reapply, and usually when you do, you just feel good about it. So I highly recommend these, and if you have tried them, do let me know. Number 11, it's the face oils. Who would have thought that I would be obsessed with face oils? I never thought that I would be, because I used to like, who wants to look greasy before bed? And now if I don't look like I'm glistening and glowing before bed, that means something went wrong in my routine, and I'm just obsessed. I see how much there is a need for face oil in your skincare routine, especially at night. When you are going to bed, you want your skin to be drenched and really moisturized, because you can't really do that during the day. And during the day you wear a lot of makeup and your skin goes through a lot, so you want to make sure before you go to bed your face is saturated with a lot of good things that's good for your skin. And I'm going to be showing you 3 of my favorite ones that I use currently. I use a bunch of them because I am a skincare addict, so I do change my skincare routine every week because I don't want my face to be used to the same things over and over again. And honestly, I don't find these products to break me out at all. They fine. So I just go based on what I feel for the week. So every week I switch up my routine and, you know, change something different, or I kind of like alternate. So one week I'll just use a Chantecaille, the next week I'll use Pharmacy, and then the following week I use the Kypress. So right now this is my 3 favorite ones that I use. This is a beauty elixir by Kypress Beauty. I really love the products. I am obsessed with this. It just gives you the really best glow. Like it says, it's a beauty elixir. It really gives your skin that extra beauty and glow. Another favorite of mine, it's the Honey Grail. Just like its name, the Honey Grail is a holy grail for me. I just love their whole honey line to begin with, and when I use the Honey Grail, I love using the Honeymoon Glow Serum. So I'll use this one first, and then I will use this one. This one makes my skin just feel so good. I don't know, it usually transport me into, I don't know, a world filled of sunflowers where the bees are just like running around. I don't know, sometimes beauty products just like take me to a different world, and the honey one does that for me. Like every time I wear it, I was like, oh, this feels so good. And as you can see, I use this quite a bit. And also my Honeymoon Glow is almost gone, but I do have a backup. You know me, I always have backups because you never know, you don't want to be caught without your favorite products, so it's good to have backups. And another one that I really love, this one is super pricey, but I think it's worth it. When you wear this, it kind of like gives you the Botox effect, and I don't know, it just like tighten your face like really nicely. So this is the Chantecaille Le Serum Anti-Age. So it's a bio lifting serum, like anti-aging, and OMG, when you put this on, it just feel like, you know, there are sometimes I feel like I want something that's like more chemically, like I said, this gives you like the Botox effect. For the week where I feel like I need a little bit more lifting, a little bit more tightening, I will use the Chantecaille, and then I will go with my favorite moisturizer, and it's the Rodeo Dragon's Blood. This moisturizer it does something to me. Like every time I pump this out and put it in my face, I'm like, I don't know if it's the dragon's blood but this stuff is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend this. But like I said, if you don't have a face oil in your cabinet, you are missing out. Be sure to include some. They've definitely changed my skin, because I remember the days where I used to just use a moisturizer and go straight to bed, and then I would wake up with my skin looking so dull and really thirsty, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Until I introduced face oils to my skincare routine, and my skin changed for the better. When I wake up in the morning now, I feel like my face looks even better than it did throughout the day. It just looks so plump, because your skin, while it's working overnight or resting overnight, it just like sinks in all the beauty stuff. It sinks in all the amazing chemicals and products into your skin, so by the time you wake up, you have this amazing glow from your face. So I highly recommend those face oils. Like I said, those are my 3 favorites that I am currently using, and I have a bunch more over there. Maybe I'll just do a video on my favorite face oils if you ladies would like to see that. If not, then you will see more on my next beauty video. This has been it for my life-changing beauty products for 2020. I hope you ladies enjoyed this video, and I hope you discovered or maybe want to try some of the things that I mentioned here that work really nicely for me, and I hope it does the same for you. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. Like it if you liked it, subscribe if you are not yet subscribed to my channel. I would love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching. If you do have any suggestion for my next video, do leave it in the comments below. Again, do share with me one of your life-changing beauty products for this year 2020. I would love to know what it is, and I'm curious, maybe it's something that I've been eyeing and I haven't tried yet, because like I told you, I am a beauty addict. I am always looking to try out new products, so I would love to know what are some of the beauty products that have changed your life this year. And thanks for watching. I will catch you ladies on my next one. Bye bye.